Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, another wondrous, another magical Propagandacast from your host, ImperialDane, Master of Propaganda. We shall be watching here Miragefla fighting for the not the Soviet Union, actually the Germans, fighting here for the 3rd Panzergrenadier Division, going up against that fiend of fiend, ImperialDane. Fiend of fiends, fighting here for the Soviet Union and the 20th Rifle Corps. The few conscripts on the way. Commanders are guard, rifle combined arms, counter-attack tactics, and urban defense tactics. Versus Miragefla here with German mechanized, Lightning War, and Osttruppen. Noting here a dual pioneer start, by the way. Miragefla opting to grab a lot of territory initially and following up with some grenadiers. That's also rather interesting to note here. Rather interesting to note also gives them a bit of an assault edge here in the beginning. Though of course he won't be sort of good at medium to long range engagements. Of course on a map like this, I mean the pioneers do have a high chance of sort of getting in close if he wants to. So of course the question is, can he pull that off? I on the other hand opting for some more regular conscripts. Though noting here I'm actually sort of spreading out here sort of along the edges of the map. Though at the same time he's doing largely the same though. So far though, that's also a bit fun and interesting to note here. A bit fun and interesting to note. Second conscript spot moving in there. Third one on the way. Pioneers go straight here for the munitions point. While another unit here. Eine andere Zug moves north for the other point. With their Schmeissers. The MP40. The primary submachine gun used for the Germans. There was also the MP41, which was largely the same, I think, except with a wooden stock. And then there were some other variants on the MP, some older MP, in fact the MP28. Which was made in Denmark, was used, though the other sort of minor variants were largely handled by the Waffen SS and such, as they couldn't get access to the more regular stock of MP40s for a longer part of the war here. Pioneers almost leading up here. He must have sensed I was perhaps waiting for this, because I was basically right here. What happened was, I was waiting for him to move out and just cut them down. In this case, that did not happen. His pioneers moving north. Otherwise, I'm still moving north here. I'm not going down here towards the munitions point, because I know there's a higher likelihood of something being there. Right here, pioneers moving up. I need to set about a sandbag position right here at the edge of the point, thus ensuring he can't actually use the sandbag position. He wants to cap the point, unless he wants to be on the wrong side. And of course, wants to ensuring I have something to hold up with here. South being secured, there are more conscripts driving north. So far, I'm largely ignoring the centre. A bit dangerous, but so far it's actually paying off since I'm drawing him towards the north here. Conscripts again here, pulling up to there. And I realise this is not going to be a good engagement for me, so I actually pull up behind the ruin here and sort of sneak up around here, trying to support my conscripts up north instead. A slight change in their approach sometimes mean a good thing is to sort of realise, can I win this engagement? If not, disengage and try to either fully retreat or find an engagement that works more in your favour. In this case, I just slightly pull back. We do see here in the Miragefla, then with more grenadiers, now an MG42, actually focusing pretty heavily up in the north. So that seems to be a larger assault party there being sent, but then he actually decides against it rather rapidly all of a sudden. But I keep moving up here, realising, as long as I got him to keep watching, I could probably sort of try and take the fuel point from him, and that's actually what happened in the meanwhile. There he goes, he seems a bit actually unsure what he wants to do. In fact, now he's sort of doubling back with two of his squads towards the north, while one pioneer squad continues here. Might be going for the cut-off point there. Noting here, more sandbags, by the way, and also a quick bit of mines going down there. Since again I realise this is likely going to block this path is a more likely one I figure, so pop down the mine there. In this case the sandbags all of a sudden showing not just cover but also method for funneling in troops, and right here point has been sort of rendered neutral, alternating more sandbags here. I mean sandbags are considerably more useful now after the multi-deployment patch, also a great thing. Pioneers engaging versus the conscripts so far turning into them quite nicely. And there we go, pioneers being pushed off. So far I'm holding on to most of that. I'll still retain the one conscript squad up here, since still in heavy cover, and again noting here, there's no otherwise heavy cover here, so overall they will actually have the advantage here in many regards. Also setting up a position here to sort of harass them. Comes in engaged by Grenadier. Troops reinforcing, no command still chosen. Bit unsure what to go for at the moment. Pioneers pushing up here. Conscript holding up, quickly trying to sort of focus down the pioneers and realise they're going to be the greater threat. Sadly though, they were all reloading, it seems. Instead the pioneers allowed to get close here. We do see Jürgen going down, but Alexei and Fedorov also burst into flames at the same moment, rather rendering this person uncertain. But again, same principle here with the cover. He can't use it to take the point. Also more importantly, it only really sort of benefits me if sort of wants to cover from assault down there. So another little detail. And again, also note here, almost the same. This time though I wasn't quite able to get it there, but you know, you can't be spot on every time. Quick S-mine fire there, good spot there from Miragefla. An engagement here, conscripts, heavy cover again, Grenadiers not, so they weren't able to get there, no roll the guns, the conscripts they get the advantage. Quick rough grenades, high reacting time, no losses, no damage. Troops reinforcing, support them company rolling up. I'll be noting here that Miragefla has taken up a light mechanized company, arrives here for the 3rd Panzer Grenadier Division. And the conscripts actually end up taking a bit of damage to the Grenadiers and the Pioneers combined. Probably should not have sent one conscript squad up here. That was a bad decision by me. And there goes the problem company up. We are noting here that Miragefla is actually assembling a bit of once more force up north, while I'm still otherwise holding on to a majority of the map here. Getting a mortar here. The 82mm mortar. Trying to harass here. Conscript's not quite in a good position here. And actually pull back here, for some reason I figure he might be using a rifle grenade. Yuri though runs into the middle of the road and takes a shot to the gut.
We're builders, not killers. Why are they shooting at us?
MD42 rapidly setting up, conscious need to fall back. Comets trying to support here, roll not really a good position for me. Outgunned rather viciously here. Essentially though, what I'm trying to do and failing at is basically buy time for the mortar to move up and then bombard this position, but as you might have noticed, I failed. 2-2-1 here, arriving from Miragefla. Pioneers and Grenadiers moving out. Country for once now falling back, realizing this is not a good position. German infantry pushing up here. 3 Grenadiers, 1 MB42, 2 Pioneers, by the way here. Nice little composition there for Miragefla. And there we go, the autocannon does pop up here. Mortar rounds beginning to fly here. And I actually go urban defense, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, urban defense. And we do see a 45mm anti-tank gun arriving. Basically the smallest anti-tank gun the Soviets had. Conscripts in quite a bit of trouble, need to fall back. Heavy losses there. Mortar rounds are firing in support, getting in a few bits of damage and a small kill. And there we go, a nice infantry push here. Note here again, I'm doing my best to stay to cover as I advance. And right here, Miragefla actually makes a mistake. He's not seeing cover. And that really gives my infantry the advantage here. So in this case, he's spread out and not using to cover well. Pushing up here, 45mm anti-tank gun moving in. Comes getting shot here by machine guns. Hoping my mortar can open up there on the MB42. Scout coming ahead, anti-tank gun, slowly moving ahead as well, trying to catch it. Sadly, the gunner is a bit drunk or not quite good. And that's having a bit of an issue actually hitting the infernal machine. Right here, the MD42 definitely gets off a nice series of kills while the gunners in the church do the same. And there you go, we do see Miragefla is forced to pull back the MD42, noting here I like to, or middle here for Miragefla to provide some frontline support. Good move there, gives him more durability at the front line. Ensures he doesn't have to retreat quite as much, plus of course provides fire support with his machine guns.
Engineer, what do you need?
Mines for a quick kit up here, of course realizing he's got S-mines up already, he might get more, he might also get telemines. So our mines for a kit could prove to be the right idea, I figure. Once more forces moving up, Mortar stands a bit closer, his forces sneaking up there as well, trying to keep up the pressure here against Miragefla. His force has been forcing, noting a medic bunker is up. Anti-tank gun firing, rifle grenade going off, it doesn't do too much. Also at this stage I could consider a forward headquarters, but I actually decide not to because I want to save up resources for some early armor. Otherwise, I mean, a forward headquarters here could actually give me a bit of a benefit. That's a little something to keep in mind here, but in this case around, I decide against it. Rather, this time around, I want some armor. Troops moving north here, getting a bit of trouble. We do actually seem to be forced to pull back his light vehicles. A second light anti-tank gun arriving.
You have a target?
Again, trying my best here to stay to cover. Mortar that continues to fire in support of the motherland. And moving here for the resistance as well. We are seeing in the Miragefla sort of losing ground, but there we go. Counter-attack going in. Noticeable counter-attack.
Detection of enemy vehicles can now be achieved.
There he is, a cluster going down, pulling up towards the light vehicle pool up there. And mines up here. in case it decides to rush in a vehicle or some such. But right now, he thinks a bit exposed. Anti-tank guns need to pull back. We are seeing here that Miragefla pulling off a bit of an assault here. Grenadiers, pioneers with flamethrowers, rifle grenades. MG42 covering the entire thing. Few anti-tank guns pulling back, mortar firing. Grenadiers up, conscripts out the church. One squad pushed away. Other force continues up. Note that he tries his best to keep them in cover. He sticks to the fence here. Good maneuver. They're right here though. He actually moves out into the open, which renders them slightly exposed. Anti-tank in here firing away. With the support guns holding a bit. Gets a kill there with the 45mm anti-tank gun round, cutting off the leg of Helmut. Getting more kills to the gun is actually end up being forced away here. Pioneers up close to the conscript with a flamethrower. Conscripts are sadly forced away. There we go. We do see a tank of a tank come out. And again, noting due to the fact I did not get a problem up in here, I can actually reasonably quickly afterwards get myself a nice tank.
We are ready to go,
But again,
comrades.
on the other hand, had I had a forward headquarters here, I might actually been able to hold on here. So I mean, there are some, you know, advantages and disadvantages to what I did there.
There are no cowards here.
But in this case around, I decide not to go for it.
Red Army, at your service. Mortar ready for order.
Popping over to Miragefla. Panzergrenadier arriving here for Deutschland. With their Sturmgewehrs, 222 here operating in the background. With its 20mm autocannon. Nasty little gun.
We have a full squad.
Anti-tank guns firing away most merrily here. 4 kills by the way on the 45mm. Impressively enough. Mine engagement has some pioneers heavily depleted versus the conscripts. And they hit the mine, almost getting wiped out on the retreat.
Engaged by Red Army forces.
45 setting up here. And there we go, an absolutely amazing hit from the 45mm gun. Wipes out 2 Panzer Grenadiers in 1 hit. Quite impressive. At the same time, minor counterattack going in the north. Grenadiers are fighting. Again, he's out in the open. He doesn't seem to be paying attention, so I rush in a conscript squad behind him before he can enter the building, thus sealing the fate here of the Grenadiers and pushing them away. It can all be about, you know, quickly seizing. That's more what Ura's about now. Quickly, you know, getting from cover to cover or into a building ahead of your opponent, for example.
Enemy infantry is engaging us.
Mortar once were firing in support of the Soviet Union. Veterans 1, Curse Veteran 2. We are seeing here that Miragefla striking back north. Anti-tank trying to enter support the positions here.
Orders. Infantry fire.
Mortar continues to fire. Conscripts denying the church here to the enemy. Bit of nasty action going on about troops over in quite down there. Miragefla striking. Still no commander by the way from Miragefla. I'm noting he's actually getting an anti-tank. Oh! Excellent mortar hit and wipes out several infantrymen against the mortar veterans too. Anti-tank here firing in service of the motherland, hitting the anti-tank gun. Rifle grenades through the windows, almost wiping out a conscript squad. Gunner killed on the half track.
Enemy is taking our
The
territory.
fight is livening up. The fight is livening up. Grenadiers pushing ahead here. Anti-tank needs to pull away. Conscripts all in there go. This time around, he makes it to the building, which definitely puts things against my troops up here in the north who are heavily depleted. Response though isn't it? Send the artillery strike. Sadly, he does manage to get out there, although I'm sure the Grenadiers are quite happy about not being caught in a building while it's being lit on fire. Though I might be wrong in that department, I'm pretty confident they're quite happy about that. And there we go, burst into flames.
Schützen here.
Smaller, vicious counterattack on south. Alternating here. Booby traps are up. Booby traps. I think a bit of an underrated ability, but again, rather powerful for what it does. 100 munitions, you actually have a chance of wiping out a squad as soon as they enter into the sector. More specifically, the camping circle there. So that's a slightly fun little thing. And here we go, the Grenadiers are going in, trying to get that munitions point. Almost wiping out the entire unit. Further fighting around the church here, Pack 40 fighting. Grenadiers hit another mine, another ghost squad almost hit out. Mortar hitting the pioneers there. Heavy loss here from Miragefla as his troops are pushing forward in the name of Deutschland. Pioneers leaping over, firing the flamethrower at the same time. Jürgen, is he safe? I don't know, it just looks cool. Country's running up now for the scout car. Anti-tank and pouring in. And there you go. A bit of righteous fire from inside the church. And a T-34 has arrived, going to deal with those Panzers down south. Infantry moving in from the north. Miragefla here striking back rather viciously. Quick rock grenade here. Does quite a bit of damage to these conscripts.
Infantry firing on us.
With a T-70 light tank arriving here. Scout continues its nastiness up north. But you can hear mortar close going down. Close to going down. T-70 wing grenadiers in a bit of spot. And there you go. One hit, two down. Trying to get off a Panzerfaust, but almost getting wiped out here. And he cancels it just in time, he thinks. But no. Goes down on retreat. And so does the Pioneer Squad. Heavy infantry losses right there for Miragefla. Plus he's lost his MG42. Which might have actually happened inside the building then. Since I don't know what otherwise. I mean, he's actually bleeding out a bit there. And there we go. We see mechanized commander there. And a Befehlspanzer 4 arriving here. Achtung, Achtung! Mittlerer Panzer.
Now we can see twice as far.
Also fun there. Seems like he's upgraded his scout car with the spotting scopes. Not a bad idea either. Keeping up the pressure there. Command Tango roll. I mean, if he has to defend, I mean, it's going to be good because it can actually, decrease the damage taken in those sectors. I believe it's about 20%. There we go. Panzer 4 command taking in the way. T-70 moving in from the north. Whoops. And there you go. Command tank taking hits there from the anti-tank gun. Victory 2. Increased rate of 5 Panzers moving in. More hits. Incendiary actually going, trying to sort of clear out the anti-tank gun there. T-70 here taking heavy damage from the command tank and the scout car and other fun things, resulting in actually getting lost there. Bit of a waste of T-70 there from me, sadly. Anti-tank and then escapes the Inferno, but another building is lit on fire. T-34 moves in there on the prowl, hoping to get that command tank. So that will definitely hurt Miragefla a bit there. There he is, okay, not getting off a Panzerfaust. They're trying to repair, but a bit too late here. 45 mm anti-tank gun moving up, Pack 40 moving up. Victory 3 on the scout car. And there you go, Befehlspanzer kaput, screwed up. And there you go, scout car almost gets destroyed, but manages to escape. Panzer moving in there, anti-tank gun through there, taking heavy losses, Grenadiers fighting weight. T-34 almost down, almost down. And the Grenadiers get it with another Panzerfaust. At the same time, another command tank arrives here. All of this happening as the building is burning down. Quite the dramatic backdrop.
Our squad has been honored by its bravery.
And the church is not beginning to look too good either. So there we go. A second command tank arriving. Apparently the 3rd Panzer Grenadiers have nothing else to send in but their command tanks.
Forces are securing our territory.
So right now Miragefla is actually taking quite a beating. I mean, he's also done some damage to me, so it's not hardly all bad. I mean, I've lost 2 tanks. My infantry is also taking a bit of a pummeling. But at the same time, the losses on him have been hard as well. He's in fact down to 3 infantry squads and a pioneer squad. Plus 1 Panzer IV command tank has already been wrecked. That's hardly too good either. Hardly too good either.
Scout car awaiting orders. Half track ready. Standing by.
T-34 shifting north, conscripts as well.
Yes.
Also noting booby traps constantly going down as soon as I have munitions for it. 45 mm anti-tank gun there recruit.
Panzer Grenadiers. Yeah. 222.
And, I mean, technically a Panzer Division would have had a Panzer Battalion, but usually it was always equipped with Stooks, and then they might have had a few Panzer IVs as command tanks for some reason there, so a little fun fact in that department, little fun fact. T-34 moving north here, a bit close. And Panzer IV getting off a nice hit. I actually thought that was the pack, and thus actually immediately pulled back my T-34 there, because I had no intention of going up against a Pack 40 like that. But no, the Pack 40's down here being reinforced. So in this case, it was me being a bit too skittish. 45 mm anti-tank and seem to have a bit of a hard time hitting the scout car. Mortar rounds continue to fly out here. Veterans flee, veterans flee. The other Ants are taking in the north flank cover as well.
We have a mortar team available for deployment.
And time for the mid-game analysis here. The 3rd Panzergrenadier Division is holding out, certainly doing some damage, but at the same time they're having a bit of trouble holding this road junction, which would allow a later Panzer Division to push through to relieve a beleaguered garrison, tragically. So let's see. But either way, he's got a bit of a nice mix. He's got some infantry, he's got now again another support unit. This time though it's a mortar, a Granatenwerfer. He's got his command tank, scout car and half-track, so a bit of this and that. But at the same time, I've still got most of the map, so he's definitely got a bit of a challenge ahead of him. Of course, with the command tank being properly used, he could definitely do a lot of damage, in particular due to the infantry being largely the part of my force. I mean, the command tank does have an advantage there, since it's really good against infantry, actually. So the question is, how can you sort of leverage that? He definitely needs to keep some other units nearby to support it, because otherwise, I mean, it's going to stand no chance against a T-34. On the other hand, well supported, it can actually provide a reasonable threat, in particular, again, friendly territory. But I do think you should consider getting some more proper armor. At the same time, the commander is gone for does open up for some options in the form of a howitzer to sort of provide some more heavy bombardment against my positions, but definitely make it hard for me to sort of keep fighting around here. And that's really one of the things that sort of allow me to sort of, you know, keep things going and constantly hold down this area, which rather allows me to sort of quickly react to things, also quickly sort of push where I want. If you could clear this up, he would definitely make things a lot harder for me, and a howitzer in that department could actually prove quite lethal. Otherwise, perhaps thinking about aiming for some Panzers or Stugs might also prove to be a wise idea here. A few mines would also not be too bad either, otherwise you should just sort of try and keep pushing. South though would be really good. There's barely got nothing there, because most of what he's got is up north, so a quick shift to the south could actually catch me a bit off guard if he pulls that off. Otherwise, I mean, certainly taking care of the Panzer IV command tank and trying to get the most out would be a good move. Again, you know, trying to strike my support units and infantry, since that is really where the Panzer IV command tank, with its stubby gun, but with a high explosive capability, will excel. On the other hand, looking at me, I've definitely got a much larger force. In fact, I've got now 5 country squads to this to add in another one for sort of extra Soviet victory, but you know, otherwise just to add in some more pressure that way overall. 1 combat squad, 1 veteran to 3 mortar, and I got several of the small anti-tank gun plus a bit of armor. I mean, I'm also bleeding up, but overall, I'm still holding on to the majority of the map. I've got most of the victory points to a larger extent. Plus, of course, I've got booby traps, which really sort of allow me to bleed out his infantry without having to fully pay attention to it. That's a bit the trick about the booby trap. I mean, it basically is a lay down and forget ability. Since again, it can largely sort of handle itself after that. Just, you know, be sure you don't put it down too exposed, because if it needs some time to set up once activated. So that's a little point there. But otherwise, I mean, you can sort of, you know, really do a lot of damage to your opponent. So there's a fun thing there. Considering about using forward headquarters, the church is really the only really good position I'll consider now, and that's not really going to hold up for long. And I suppose I could set it up in a tool shed, but you know, setting a forward headquarters in a small shed sounds a bit anti-dramatic. So I'll not. This ability is just not worth it. And of course, incendiary artillery barrages can be utilized once more. I'm basically going to probably try to sort of clear up the Pack 40 if possible, or some infantry concentration. Otherwise, you should probably try and consider more armor, keep up the pressure, more booby traps, perhaps munitions cache to help with the munitions towards more booby traps. Otherwise, though, again, having 2 munitions points definitely helps towards getting me a lot of munitions. In fact, I'm basically every second minute to lay down a booby trap. That rather says something about the points I'm holding, and also the amount of attrition I'm actually able to inflict upon Miragefla. So that is something to keep in mind there. So let's return to the fight.
They've opened up on us!
45mm anti-tank and artillery wreck there in the face of the befehled Panzerwagen. Conscripts taking another loss. Mortar firing in support here. The T-34 falling back a bit here. A bit worried about a Pack 40 suddenly appearing and making things a bit unfriendly. Did do a bit of damage there to the command tank. Points down there being secured. Panzer is moving in.
You need something demolished?
Enemy infantry.
Bit of quiet, second T-34 arriving. constantly holding up a squad there in the church to sort of try and get some reconnaissance on things here, so we have an idea of how and where he's moving if possible. And there we go, we see here that Miragefla is going in for a bit of a sneaky flank. He's probably hoping to clear out some of my support units. A bold and brave idea. But the T-34 was all reacting. He actually intercepts the Panzer Grenadiers as they are moving in. Mortify going in here from Miragefla. Grenadiers and fires on the church. The church is about to collapse. Grenadiers out. Oh, Miragefla lost the veteran 3. Grenadiers got one grenade going off there on the veteran 3 mortar crew. Almost getting the entire unit. A small victory there for the Reich. And the T-34 wrecks the anti-tank gun. Great shooting, Yuri. You wrecked an anti-tank gun. Too bad it was one of ours, you idiot. And here I suddenly feel a bit confident with 2 tanks, figuring he's probably not got anything, so I'll just be charging in. Hoorah, comrades! T-34's rushing in, and I rather realise I might have slightly extended myself and should have quickly turned about here. Panzerfaust going off here, scout car quickly rolling away. Slight cock up here by the junction, incendiary going down. Hoping to catch something of his. Burning a few pioneers away there. T-34's firing away, not quite successfully. So that little roll actually turned out to be a bit of a botched assault on my part. Definitely should have pulled it off from either a different angle like here, or at least a bit more supported. So that was not very well handled by me. And the Miragefla handled it quite expertly. In fact, we're now seeing him counter-attacking as all this is going on. Command tank here opening up the T-34, hitting the rear, penetrating. Another shot actually meant to penetrate there. Another one, surprisingly. Overall, the Panther command tank is low penetration, lower damage, but a higher rate of fire. T-34, the enemy in the trouble, actually getting caught up in a lot of fire. Rear exposed here to the scout car, which also managed to penetrate alongside the Panther command tank. This is rather quickly turning up here for my tanks. And in particular, due to the lack of support, I'm getting a field gun now, but right here, Miragefla was able to get the drop on me. I definitely got overconfident due to having a larger presence of tanks and actually underestimating the power of the command tank. That was definitely a bit of a mistake there. T-34 in fact even abandoned. That is bad news for me, good news for him.
Squad replenished.
Rebuilding my force. I've still got all of my infantry, but again, armor losses are a bit extreme there. Me getting a bit incautious and overall underestimating the damage that Miragefla was able of doing to me. So I definitely deserve that one. So a bit of a horrid battlefield here. Lots of corpses and trash all over the place. A bit of quiet here in fact. Looks like he'll be sitting about here repairing, although I might have actually tried to sort of drag it away first. But of course at the same time he wants to sort of avoid having to spend manpower on his own too late. Command tank here flank support alongside the scout car. The third Panzer firing away. Mortar wants to go back and be seeing Panzers pushing in here, large force. Mortar rounds that almost hitting, field gun also moving in. Snipe, sneak mortar, and we're seeing it again, booby trap, almost wiping out an entire squad. Command tank pushing back in the face of the field gun while the Panzer pushing up there. Another bun grenade here and almost getting all of my infantry plus the field mortar. Very bold assault there from the Panzer Grenadier, leaving a huge swath of bodies in their wake. But the Panzers in the end were actually able to drive them back. And immediately I set up following that, trying to get that T-34 out of the picture, since I know I can't get it back and I don't want him to have a tank. Ironically, we both have the same idea. So we actually end up both wrecking the same tank. A bit of a rare occasion.
Mortar attack! Fresh meat has arrived.
One would imagine, considering his armor situation, that he might be a bit more keen on recovering and getting out of there. And had he probably had someone man it and then pull it back, he'd probably actually gotten out of it, winded by now, but sometimes people don't feel it. And there you got another booby trap, almost wiping out Pioneer squad. Another counter-attack here. Miragefla sort of really getting back now. Again, that botched assault for me has hurt me, and as again, Miragefla, good opportunity of pushing in. Exposing himself here a bit out in the open. He needs to get to cover. Entdeckung, Männer. More mortar rounds going down there from the veteran 3 mortar. 15 kills. Transfers pushing up north. Quick bunk grenade against the building. Managed to get out there in time. Meanwhile, goes down here. Veteran 3 down to 1 man. Zurückfallen. Barely make it, barely make it. While the troops are reinforcing, getting together here. Another Panzer escort sneaking down south, while troops sneak in north.
Soldiers ready, standing by.
And once more bravely forced back there in the name of the Soviet peoples.
Comrades, the point is ours.
Command tank veteran 1, by the way. 2 of those kills being the T-34s I wasted.
Squad at full strength. Taking indirect fire.
But we can sort of see now that the booby traps and everything is sort of making things harder for him. I mean, it's not like he's completely, you know, without anything. He would probably just pop troops in sort of half-track, then move in and begin taking points you suspect of being booby-trapped. I think that would actually work, since booby traps don't do much to vehicles. So that could be one trick. And note, he's actually set up in counter-attack mode. That's actually pretty sneaky. I'm trying to hit his mortar, and he's basically just waiting for me to try and get his mortar and then counter-barrage it. What a bastard. What a bastard. Well played, bastard, though. Well played. Counters sneaking down here. Encounters and Panthers here. Nicely ensconced. Veteran 2. R2 pulling up into light cover. Medium range here, which is really where the Panzer gun is excelling. There we go. Bundle grenade arriving as well. Really taking out a large chunk of the infantry force here. Rather rapidly gaining the upper hand then. And there we go, gaining veteran 3. Absolute elite killers right now. Leaving behind, in fact, only 1 country squad. There's the veteran 3 squad. 1 country squad they're wiped out. All of a sudden, the advantage is definitely on his side here. With 1 veteran 3 Panzer squad versus 1 veteran 2 country squad hit medium range. We do see another squad moving in here. Grenadiers moving up, taking losses, and there we go. We actually see him realising his position has been compromised, falling back. Nice tactical sense there by Miragefla. Comrades moving to the centre, getting straight here, finding time to get upgrade some of his grenadiers. And booby traps going up there.
Troops have been lost.
Further losses inflicted there. Unfortunately, another T-34 rolling in. Hopefully it will be a bit utilised, better utilised than the previous. Support armour corps finally arriving here.
Engineer standing by.
Do you need something?
And he's still counter-barraging. He is still counter-barraging. He's decided, you know, his primary issue is my mortar. He's trying to get it while I'm trying to get his. And of course, in this case, he's having a slight advantage due to his ability. So a little fun one there. And the result is actually, I end up losing a combat engineer squad to the counter-barrage. But I realised something in the centres and guarded, and I actually rushed his Pack 40 and clear it out, opening things up for my own T-34. Now the booby trap here does massive losses here to him. Trying to get that Pack 40 out of the picture.
Combat engineers are standing by.
Planning continues, there we go. Panther 4 command tank flanking up in the T-34.
T-34 has been fired on.
T-34 pulls back, field guns move up. Trying to retain some presence here because I want to sort of try and deny him the Pack 40 if possible. In the end, though, I fail and am forced to pull back. The Miragefla continues to keep up the pressure excellently, pushing him on another counter-attack. Flamethrower tank bursting up. Thanks to a quick volley there from the T-34, pulling back here to Miragefla. Sturmgeschütz on the way, sending out a lot more infantry here going in from Miragefla. T-34 takes a nasty hit there from the Panther 4 command tank. He's really doing quite a bit with it. Blowing up a tractor for the good of the German people. And there you go, Sturmgeschütz. One player squad here rather extended and rush off as well.
Pioneers ready for anything. Our opponents are seizing the sector.
Enemy contact!
We have it for a compliment.
Panzer Grenadiers doing what they can.
Guns standing by.
Sturmgeschütz running forwards.
Ready for orders.
T-34 moving up, going up behind the wreckage of a T-34. And there we go! Stug on top. Excellent hit there on the T-34. Main gun wrecked. Will the T-34 escape the wrath of the Stug? Nope. Field gun opens up, gaining Vetri 2. Pushing back the Sturmgeschütz. And immediately making a move here to seeing the pack, thus ensuring I have noticeably more anti-tank than he does. Also denying the pack 40 to him. Second T-34 arrives here. More losses inflicted.
Assault guns standing by.
Mortar crew ready to move out again. Most of the fighting continuing in the centre. Church barely standing. Nearby trees a bit on fire. I wonder why. And again, booby traps.
We have been assigned fresh Panzer Grenadiers.
More Panzers being rushed in to support the 3rd Panzer Grenadiers.
Securing our territory.
His mortar merrily firing away again. With his command tank receiving well-needed repairs. And his scout car is actually surprisingly still operational. He's actually done quite a good job in keeping it in one piece. Definitely have to give him thumbs up for that. Sadly, no repairs on the half-track and its machine gunners.
Reinforcements complete. Standing by. We are under fire.
A bit quiet here.
Shoots in here.
Panzer's Grenadiers moving out here. Large infantry force going to push into the centre. Looks like Miragefla is getting a bit aggressive. Command tank setting up for the assault as well. Stug also ready to support. And there we go. Noting here by the way. Tracking up. Field gun for some reason not shooting his stick, getting cleared out there. Country's quickly crewing. Panzer Grenadier charging in there. A bit of a blazing assault there. Spray and pray. Field gun quickly cleared out again. Country's coming in trying to take them things up. Grenadiers here firing in support. Rifle grenade might be going off soon as well. Stug and command tank pushing it all up. Command tank there dealing with combat engineers. And there go rifle grenade. Bit of a hit there. But more T-34s arriving to plug up the offensive once more. And immediately Miragefla attack runs out of juice. Entering enough, he's actually got fuel to get some more tanks, so question is, should he not perhaps consider getting more armour? And that way push his way through. Command tank moving in, coming in a fire, Stug falling away. 2 T-34s here. And he's actually not got enough to stop them. Because all of a sudden he's not longer got the Pack 40 either. Now things all of a sudden are beginning to look a bit more grim. Field gun here firing support. Stug heavily damaged. T-34 gets it. And there we go. Stug down. T-34 down responds as well though. And this might get close here to... There we go. Veterans 2 for the Panzer IV command tank. Holding out quite admirably. And with the T-34 exposed, Scout coming in as well. Getting off a few shots as well. The T-34 quick retreats. Considering its state. The command tank here though definitely proving itself as a hero of the Reich. And Miragefla here desperately trying to push back as much as possible, gaining as much ground as humanly possible. Losses that was originally here for the Soviet side. Having to replace several squads all of a sudden here. And a veteran 3 mortar here. Mine still up there though, booby traps there, booby traps there. So while we are seeing Miragefla sort of trying his best, sort of grab as much territory at the same time, he's rather risking extending. Mine went off here, getting half the Pioneer squad, and oh, booby trap right here.
Infantry is dying.
Oh, he might have thought it was a mine the way he was sort of splitting up. He was sort of trying to sort of take, oh well, he figured I must have mined there, so he was just sort of taking another path. He hadn't figured of booby traps. Panzer's moving in. Quick bomb grenade now the conscript. Almost getting the entire unit. Rather horrific casualties there the Panzer's inflicting. But mines and rifle fire are doing their job here in the Panzers, despite fighting against some of this depleted counter squad. Are actually taking quite a few losses as well. Mortar crew here doing what they can as well. More Grenadiers here on the way, Force 3rd Panzer Grenadiers, with more T-34s arriving, and the forces have been rather depleted. Still no more tanks, and sadly no attempt, for example, using the half-track to take the points then. But again, if he doesn't think it's booby traps again, then he wouldn't think about it. Though interesting enough is why he doesn't just get some minesweepers.
We have a fresh grenadier squad.
I'm not sure though if minesweepers can clear up booby traps. I think they can, but I'm not 100% sure. Admittedly, but again, I think the trick then is basically some troops in a half-track to then take the point. I think so. Quickly grabbing a Panzerabwehrkanone for the glory of Comrade Stalin. Fresh booby trap up here, and he now is sending in eventually 3 Panzer Grenadier squad.
Yeah, hey, fuckers, Panzer 4. Half-track ready. Pioneers awaiting orders.
And another unit wiped out. The booby traps proving extremely effective throughout this fight. And there you go, you find the awesome booby trap. Crew T-34's ready to fight here. He's down to 1 command tank and 1 scout craft without any kind of threat to T-34. Ending damage up there, field and firing. T-34 scout craft reaching veterans in 3. Mortar in trouble, scout craft trouble. 222 finally down.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
Command tank there trying his best to hold back the enemy force.
Anti-tanker firing on us. Keep it short.
Moving up the minesweepers here, looks like he's finally gotten some. Point in, not doing trap though. Half track kaput.
The enemy is inflicting losses upon us. Panzer 4, the situation is becoming critical. We have
Points are
only
ticking
50
down,
points
infantry forces
remaining.
rebuilding.
Standing by. Ready for orders. Standing by. Panzer 4, ready.
And there you go, large conscript force pushing against the pioneers in the north, relentlessly.
Has arrived. Yes.
Getting more Panzer
Are
Grenadiere.
securing our territory.
Command tank having not seen any repairs for some time. And there you go, the third Panzer force. And there you go, a nasty hit down the Panzer 4 command tank from the Pack 40.
We need orders.
Field gun hiding in the bushes. Literally.
Our opponents are seizing the sector. 25 points remaining.
But a quick pioneer assault and Panzer assault pushes that out of the way. And direct hit there from Mortar almost wipes out the entire pioneer squad. Just heavy losses there.
What do you mean? I feel we are losing.
Panzer is getting decimated.
Points remaining.
Mirage flying crying if those things can be cleared, and to which I sadly respond, I don't know. One thing I can't remember, I think they can, but otherwise again I would argue the trick is units in a half track, since the booby traps won't be able to harm them then. Though I might be wrong there. Anyways, game over there, a bit of a nasty fight here on COh2. Really nicely played here by Miragefla, but I do rather feel, to a certain extent, he didn't make that great use of his command. He only used the spotting scopes a bit, and otherwise the command tank, he probably could have done better, I think, with the Howitzer or even some mechanized group. I mean, I think the mechanized groups also would have been safe from the booby traps. Though I definitely don't want to be too confident on that department. And also, I mean, he probably should have pushed more for armor when he finally got the support armor caught up. Sadly, he did not, and another problem was he was a bit too defensive. He probably could have tried some flanks here and there to sort of produce a more damage. But every time he then sort of held back, and then what happened when he finally then did attack? It was a head-on assault, which rather gave me some kind of advantage because it allowed me to sort of largely predict where he was coming, sort of place the bulk of my forces there. And again, had he flanked just a bit in with a command tank blitzing in from another angle, I would probably be in a much more sorry state. But sadly, he did not do that, and that rather gave him advantage. I mean, otherwise, nice use of his support command tank, scout car, all that. But just, he should have flanked more. He should have tried launching a proper assault from another angle than head on. I, on the other hand, definitely also had some things to work on. I mean, I probably could have done a bit more with my commander. I mean, a forward headquarters could, for example, have been a bit of a fun idea, but overall, I mean, did well. The booby traps definitely, though, winning me this match, killing a lot of his infantry. The incendiary artillery also doing a bit, but overall not as much as I would have liked. But overall, one of my problems was basically getting a bit overconfident with my T-34s and wasting them in several cases. That was hardly the wisest of ideas. Same with the T-70. A half-track with an A upgrade could perhaps help me a bit as well, so that might have been an idea for me right there too. Anyways, I hope you learned something from this match about the power of the Befehlspanzerwagen. If you did, why not subscribe, tell your friends, share it with everyone. If not, send in a replay and provide some feedback in the comments. This is ImperialDane saying cheers.